Hello and welcome to this broadcast from the 2024 European Championship in mountain bike orienteering and also the CX80 World Cup. Today it's the fourth day of the championship and it's time for the mixed relay. And as you see from the pictures, we're still enjoying the warm, nice weather here in Ostroda, Poland. This town that holds around 30,000 inhabitants and now has been crashed by a lot of mountain bike orienteers this week. My name is Linus Rapp and I'm gonna take you through this last day. Just as I said, the mixed relay. And the mixed relay, it means that the teams are gonna have both men and women in the teams. And the first leg is for the women, and then we're gonna see the men on the second and the third leg. Here we see some of the starters already. Ingrid Stengaard to the left from Finland. We also see Gabriela Gustafsson to the right. I think we see the Portuguese, and perhaps we also have the Latvian athlete. So the start is gonna go in about 7 minutes at 9 o'clock. So they're still getting some information and standing ready quite early, I think. We have had the sprint, the long distance, and the middle distance, and it has been demanding competition in these beach pine forests. And yesterday at the middle distance, we got the wins from Finland with Ruska Saarela in the women's class and Andre Haga in the men's competition. And I think it will be interesting to see how they take on this challenge. The first mass start, that means they are going out together and will be able to spot each other. Here we see two of the Polish teams standing already. It should be Anna Kaminska and also Anna Tkachuk. So Anna Kaminska to the left there. And still the same terrain, moderately hilly out there. Of course, they will be seeing some different parts. But yesterday at the middle distance, I think there were more shortcuts than earlier these competitions. And the one who really showed that was Ignas Ambrasas, the Lithuanian, who came at the silver position in the end, having the gold in his hand and then later losing it just on his last shortcut, losing his direction there. And that will be interesting to see how these athletes, you see Marika Hara, Ingrid Stengaard there from Finland, Marika Hara in the second Finnish team, Ingrid Stengaard in the third team, and of course Ruska Saarela going the first leg in the first team. We will see how they take on. But the interesting to see if they are, I guess they have, of course, been watching how the athletes went yesterday and what was the best out there. And I think we will see how the course setter have made the course. But if it looks like yesterday, it probably would be quite much shortcutting today also. Here we also see the Lithuanian Gabriele Andrusinene. I would say one of the biggest favorites today, with Gabriele Andrusinene at the first leg, then Jonas Maiselis and Ignas Ambrasas, 4 silver medals in that team from earlier this week. And they are going to go out with the number 1, but that does not mean that they are reigning champions, because the reigning champions, it is Finland. Finland, who took the gold in Portugal last year with Antonia Haga, Mika Nurmi, and Teemu Kaksonen. So no of those athletes are in the first team this year. Second was Italy, actually, with Iris Aurora Pecorari, Fabiano Bettego, and Riccardo Rasetto. And third was Switzerland with Ursina Jaggi, Noah Rieder, and Adrian Jaggi. So that's the same team, yes, today as it was 1 year ago. But of course, we cannot forget the Czech team with Martina Tiszowska, Wojtek Ludwig, and Krzysztof Bogar not having the best championship with 3-6 positions these races. But going in, the Czech really strong team. And we also know that today at this mixed relay, you see 4 Finnish teams. So the teams are allowed to have more than one team, but it can only be one team on the podium. So if we say Finland 1 and Finland 2 are first and second, it's only the first one entering the finish who will be counted for the medal fight. And here on the right side, we have the Swedish teams with Gabriella Gustafsson and also Tilda Palm taking the first leg. Looking at the control, the time, 2 minutes left, and they will have a course with about 11.5 kilometers, 19 controls. The optimal route would be around 16.5 kilometers, a climb of 200 meters, and 2.1 kilometers from the finish, we will have a spectator control. They will pass the meadow somewhere quite close, so that the second starters that are gonna get changed to will be able to know that now they are on their way. So just more than 1 minute to the start, and we see they are getting ready, standing at their bikes. And it will be interesting to see who will take the lead. Gabriela Androsiniene, Martina Tiszowska, Nicolin Splittorff, Ruska Sarela. We have a lot of those best athletes going away here. And we have 1 minute remaining to the start at this mixed relay European Championship, this 2nd of June 2024. That is going to be the last day of this championship. So now the nerves are getting in. So you see from the left, Lithuania, Czech Republic, Switzerland, then we have Denmark, Nicolin Splittorff, Italy, France, and so on. Less than 30 seconds to the start. It's time to clip on, and hopefully we will have a solid start with no difficulties. Here we see the men and the leaders watching. They are turning the maps. They're clicking them in the map holder. Seeing no difficulties there. 3, 2, 1, and go! And there we have it. The mixed relay is ongoing. We have 3 legs today. Women, men, and men going the last leg. But today, to now, it's the women starting and going away. And it doesn't look like they have any issues going out here. Look like those really strong athletes. Gabriele Androsiniene, Martina Tiszowska, Nicolin Splittorff took the lead quite early. And also, as I said, the finish, Ruska Sarla starting number 21. I think she also looked like having a good start. But it's quite different going the relay and going together. Just as I said, the results from last year's mixed relay, it's going to be tighter. Yes, last year, Finland actually only won with 1 second ahead of Italy. So it's probably going to be tight. We hope for a tight relay. And some racers are getting better, being able to use some other athletes with technical orienteering and are still really strong. So going man versus man or women versus women can suit some athletes much better than other. So that can be one of the reasons that the Czech Republic are putting the long distance gold medalists on the second leg. Here we get to see, and you see the forking, they have different controls, and you don't know which control your opponents have. So you have 3 different first controls, and then they go into the non-forked second control. But it will definitely differ a bit. So, and there's an interesting leg to the third control, if they will have the guts to do a shortcut straight on there and trying to go in between the marshes. And also to the fourth, maybe a shortcut made there or going around left. And then we see a forking again to the 5th control. And then it's really important to stay in control of your orienteering. So even though the controls can be quite close in the area, it can also be that there are different route choices that are the best to the controls. And at number 6, we see 39. That's the TV control. We will see our athletes there. And we have an estimated time of 45 minutes for these athletes. So it will probably be around 15-20 minutes until we see those out there. And you see 7 control, and then 8 is a forking again, and then going together. So it can also differ. You can have the 8 control the same as another team, and then you go into the 9th and 10th, and then you go to different 11th controls again. So as I said, you can use your opponents, getting some help by them, but you also need to know you're not certain which control they have. So looking at this interesting route choices, we will see if how much they differ between, and we will be certain how the results are at the finish line, because then we know they have done exactly the same courses. But as I'm usually saying, it's never bad to be first. So we will not know after the first leg exactly which team is leading with exact prominence, but we can say how it's looking at the moment. Here we see interesting leg to the 12th control. I'm not certain if they will go around north all the way or trying to find some shortcut. Just as I said, Ignas Ambrasas showed a lot of shortcuts yesterday, looking at the GPS rewind of his race, and often he gained time. Andre Haga actually said he tried to be a bit more relaxed, not relaxed, but taking it, not taking everything by chance, wanting to go around somewhat more. And we saw at the third last control that Andre Haga actually were behind Ignas Ambrasas and had lost sometimes not making shortcuts. But then we saw again Ignas Ambrasas doing a big mistake to the second last control. So when you do this shortcutting, you really have to stay focused on your compass and be certain where you arrive on the path when you come out to the next path. And looking here at the 14th control, that can also be 3 different route choices, doing a shortcut somewhere in between, or going around north or south. And then coming into the 15th control, then the arena passage, as I said, and then they are just having 3 controls behind after the arena passage, around 2 kilometers. So we will get to know how they are standing there, and then coming in for the changeover the second time they pass the arena. So it will be interesting to see how they take on this challenge that is the mixed relay. And Ruska Sarala, yesterday's gold medalist, said to the Finnish orienteering Federation that she did not feel perfect in her legs after the sprint along. Tried to do a stable race, and it was enough for gold. So often I have learned you should not think too much of how it feels in your body before the race. You should just go out and fight everything. Here we see Finland 1, Ruska Saarela. Finland 2, Marika Hara. Austria 1, Jana Nilika. Austria actually having a really interesting team, taking up the junior European champion Hannes Nilika to their team, and then ending with Andreas Waldman, who have a silver from the long distance and most 4th at the middle distance. So in great shape there. Czech Republic 3 has also really good athlete Valeri Kamererova, and you see Czech also have 4 teams, and we also have some interesting there. We see Italy 1. It is Aurora Pecorari. She did not go the middle distance yesterday, so I'm not really certain of how her shape is. And then the French team having Constance Devier taking the bronze medal at the sprint and being 6th at yesterday's middle distance. Lithuania 1, Gabriele Andrusinene. Czech Republic 1, Martina Tyszowska, Switzerland 1, Ursina Jagi. These are athletes that will be in the top, I think. And as I said, Gabriela Andrusinene going for Lithuania 1, being one of the favorites, being fourth last year at the mixed relay and also being fourth 2022. So I think they really want to get up on that medal podium, and they have never been stronger than right at the moment. We saw Jonas Maiselis leading at the TV control yesterday, having difficulties behind after that. Ignas Ambrasas coming second, taking his second silver this week. So Lithuania, I think Lithuania, Czech Republic, Finland, those are the three biggest favorites. But there are a lot of teams who want to challenge them out in this forest. Here we get to see a replay. They are going away the same path. We'll see if someone who has the number 33 will go into the right and make a shortcut through the forest. Oh, they are going straight there. And we are seeing that Czech 2 has the number 31, and you see that is definitely a slower forking, going out to the left than going straight. So we see that the teams have divided already by the forking, and now coming to the second control. As we saw, we have the sixth control as the TV control. Now we should see if they turn around at this control, or if they do a shortcut. That would be a long shortcut, quite fast path and road going around. So I'm not certain if they have the guts. Often you say to a first leg runner that you cannot win the relay, you can only lose the relay. So it can also differ a bit how the tactical standpoint is at the first leg and the third leg. Knowing at the third leg you might have to try and like be a bit more tactical differently, going quite a bit harder, and at this first leg you should really just try and stay with the group. So they have been out in 10 minutes. We saw them there. So that means we saw very visible to the first forking that the teams have divided, and I would say that even though maybe one of the best athletes that we have been seeing earlier this week can be somewhat behind at the sixth control, as we saw, the forking can differ, so you should not be too worried about that. Looking like, I think the Austrian team is going into the shortcut there, and I think she's not the only one. Yeah, you see here, they are making the shortcut, and now it's important to keep the direction. You don't want to run through the marshes with the bike. So interesting to see. We see the Swiss Ursina Jagi going around all the way and looking like she's having good pace there. This will be very interesting. See when they arrive. Definitely looks Nicolene Splittorff. She went around and she is gonna be first at the third control. We also see one of the Czech teams continuing and will go around to the north. But looking at this picture, I think that staying on the path, going the route choice to the right or to the south is the fastest. We see the Estonian and Austrian team going straight there. And now we will see how Nicolene Splittorff make it to the fourth control, if she will stay on the path or make a shortcut on that leg. Not now. It looks a bit faster in the end for those shortcutting, so they are not so far behind, but they are not ahead of the athletes. Looking like Lithuania 1 is also doing this northern route choice. Gabriela Andrusinene probably had the longest forking there, but I don't think this is the start that Lithuania wanted. It's difficult to saying what's the best. If you want to have short forking in the beginning, then you will get a free passage, being in the top, not having anyone stopping you. But if you have a longer forking in the beginning, you can be able to spot some racers ahead of you and catch them maybe, or you can get stuck a bit later down in the group, not being able to pass some other racers. So it's tricky. And we see Nicolin Splittorff making the shortcut out to the fourth control. Looking like it takes a lot of time there, I think. Not finding the path directly either. Going a longer way in the forest, and she is now behind. So I think that's not the best route choice on that leg. And we see Gabriela Andersson is going into the third control, and a lot of athletes already have left the third control, soon coming into the fourth control. So, and we see the Polish first team going around, also having maybe some difficulties in the beginning. And also to the left, is it the Swedish team? Not certain. Going into that forbidden area and hoping she realizes that and turn around, since they are not allowed to be there, and it can also be something that it's a reason why they're not allowed to be there. So quite hard to say which team is in the lead. And then we see the leg to the fifth control. I think there can be, if you have number 37, it can be the best to keep up in the north and coming into the control from the right side. And if you are having 36 and 38, you would probably go the more straight route choice down to those controls, going smaller path but a shorter way. Not certain. Now Gabriela Andersson have taken the third control, but still being behind the Czech team there. Finland won also, having lost some time in the beginning. And we see 𝐼rSTINA going straight down from the fourth control towards the south. 𝐼rSTINA, she was fifth at the sprint, fourth at the long distance. And I think she won the world champion middle distance 2012. So she has a lot of routine, and putting the Swiss, like it looks, in a good start, having Silas Hotz and Adrian Jaggi on the second and third leg. They are they had the bronze from last year's European champs, so they know exactly with that team how they want to do it. Looking like the Estonian team with Mari Linus having a good start, also having Lauri Malmros at the second leg there. And we saw Estonia 1 taking the shortcut from the second to the third control. So just as I said yesterday, it can also depend on what's your strength, if you want to go around or if you want to stay on the roads. And you see Finland 2, Marika Hara coming on the zigzag route choice, going down towards the controls. We will see which she has. 𝐼rSTINA GPS have stopped, but we know she is probably quite close to Marika Hara. But looking like the Finn is in the lead. We know Nicolin Splittorff, she has stopped also. So it will be interesting coming to the sixth control. Seeing that, now we get it. You see 𝐼rSTINA still is ahead. And Austria won. Jana Nilika having a good start. Jana Nilika will change over to her brother later. And actually she were fifth at the European Championship sprint last year. So Jana Nilika having good strength in her legs. And Austria definitely one of the contenders for the medals. Finland 2, Marika Hara, looking like she doesn't have the 36 option. I think Switzerland has taken her. And here we see Nicolin Splittorff still in the lead. We saw it at the third control. Nicolin Splittorff coming here after around 17 minutes in this open area and pushing hard towards the control. And I think this is a shortcut straight out to the control. And looking like we don't see any other team yet. So she has definitely broken up the group of athletes starting together at 9 o'clock. We'll see if someone comes with another route choice towards this control. But Nicolin Splittorff, Denmark, putting the Danish team in a good position here directly from the start, and we don't see anyone behind her. So that means either they differ in the challenge, she have to jump off her bike and walk up here. So that's why you see it can be a lot of slower doing the shortcuts. So it really needs to be shorter. But I think Nicolin Splittorff jumping up on the bike fast again, clipping on, and we'll have. There we see the second team also not so far behind. Can it be 20-30 seconds? And Nicolin Splittorff leading heavily, taking the control there. 17:55. So we will see which are the second team there. I think it looked like 𝐄𝐒 coming there from Switzerland. Yes, it's 𝐄𝐒, Switzerland 1, and Denmark 1 actually only have Oliver Friis at the second, and then they have Camilla Søgaard. So they would probably they need to have a really good start if they want to be up in the top in the end, having just one man. Here we have 𝐄𝐒 going in there 30 seconds behind at the second position. So 17:55 and 18:25. And you see the Finnish athletes. Could it be Marika Hara? It looks like Martina Tiszowska perhaps at the Czech going there behind her. It's hard to say, but I know it's a Finnish and it's a Czech behind her. And looking at the GPS, we know Estonia were quite close with Mari Lindus. We also saw Jana Nilika, Austria. But Gabriele Andrusinene having lost some time in the beginning. Not certain which of the teams we have here. I think it is one of the Finnish team, not being able to spot which team. And there we have the Czech team going here, and they are then around 1:25, 1:30 behind. And turning around, taking the control. But as I said, we saw early it differed quite a lot in the forking. But it's getting bigger and bigger. Those splits between. And then we saw Italy, I think. Here we see Sweden. Italy coming from a different route choices. And could that be Poland coming here towards the control behind Gabriela Gustafsson? Yes, they are around 2 minutes behind here at 6th, 7th, 8th position. Still waiting for Gabriela Andrusinene for Lithuania 1. I think we are seeing Finland 1 also. Coming here. This is Ingrid Stengaard, that's Finland 3. And you hear it's very tough going here, taking that shortcut. Then we have one of the Czech teams. And Mari Linus looks like Estonia coming here. We saw France, Constance Levier. Could it be her coming from the other direction? Taking the route choice, going around to this control. And looking here, we see the Portuguese. Oh, that's in Bulgaria, of course. It's hard to see everyone, and they are taking some different shortcutting here. One more of the Czech team, we'll see one more of the French team. And also, I think that's Finnish team. Spain are there, and it has been around 3 minutes since Nicolin Splittorff, Denmark, were the first athletes here to arrive. I'm not certain if I have missed Gabriela Andrusinene. Starting to hope that for Lithuania's sake. Here we see another group coming. Here we see they are really pushing their bikes, just tilting their bodies and trying to walk as fast as possible. And here we have a Lithuanian team. I think that's Gabriela Andrusinene. Yes, it is. And then she is more than 3.5 minutes behind. Probably quite stressed out here. Gabriela Andrusinene having a long forking for her Lithuanian team. And that is not the start that they would have liked. We saw more Lithuanian teams there, but Gabriela Andrusinene in the first team with Jonas Blaiselis and Ignas Ambrasas waiting. That was a tough start. You see more of the French team and more Lithuanian teams coming here to the control. And they are tired. We also have Spain. Spain too, Elena Ilan Ortiz. And now we have probably had most of the teams arriving to that TV control. And look at how the time difference were between them. I was talking about a tight relay. It could still be a tight relay, but it already differed quite a lot between the athletes. So Nicolene Splittorff, she were there at 17:55. And then we had Ursina Jagi at second position for her Swiss team. So Switzerland getting a really good start here at the first part of this leg. And as I said, they are having 11.5 kilometers. And you saw the course. The women and the men have the same course, a different thing only in the forkings. I think it's one of the German teams here, maybe. Oh no, it's Portuguese. Carrying her bike over a tree. As I said, you understand why it's possible to go a long way around comparing to this trying to run with the bikes, carrying the bikes, pushing the bikes to the controller straight through this semi-open area. And then you should get on the bike again. But it did not look like any problems there. We saw one of the Austrian teams, but I think that was the second Austrian team, and then we have the Portuguese. So second Austrian team should be Leanilica. And Portugal coming here, having the European Championship at home soil last year. Portugal. Coming in, Ana Filipa Silva, of course. That's the athlete who has arrived here around 6 minutes behind Nicolene Splittorff at the first leg, the mixed relay at the European Championship. That's also the Austrian team. Next up, we will have them passing the arena, and as I said, you saw on the map, it will be around 2 kilometers and 3 controls left after that passage when they arrive to the changeover later. So first, just a spectator control at the arena. They will pass the arena, going out on a small loop, and then into the changeover, leaving it up for the men to work with. Nicolene Splittorff, she will have Oliver Friis taking over for her. Ursina Jagi, Silas Hotz. Those are the two that we know are in the top positions. Czech one having Wojtek Ludwig on the second leg. Gabriele Andrusniene, Lithuania one, having Jonas Maiselis. Now we get to see again. And you see how those who took the around route choice are going more to the right, and it depends on which control you have also. Nicolene Splittorff probably having the shortest forking all the way here, being able to be in the top. And you see Austria 1 with Jana Nilica going around there, having a good start for the Austrian team. Maybe this junior, Hannes Nilica, who have won gold medals this week, getting a bit nervous. You see the Czech second team, I think, is there also. So Nicolene Splittorff having a bit longer forking to the 8th control. So we will see, and taking different route choices than Ursina Jagi. They are probably not having the same forking continuing. So here you could have a bit shorter one going straight to the 69. Looks like they are going Austria there, taking the control. We see that Switzerland is going coming towards the 9th control. We lost Nicolene Splittorff's GPS, but she is probably still, yeah, you see here coming to the 9th control, still in the lead. Switzerland 1 on the 2nd position. Austria looking like they are 3rd. Czech 1 is also there. Martina Tyszowska not so far behind Switzerland 1. Then we know it's the Czech 1 team coming quite close up to Switzerland. So they are also having a good start on this first leg. It's only Lithuania as the real favorite team that have lost a lot of time with Gabriela Andrusiniene. She has 2 silver medals earlier this week at the sprint and the middle distance, and a 5th place at the long distance. So she is really stable, but has had big issues here in the beginning. Also longer forkings, but I don't think the forkings differ that much. We will wait and see how they look when the men are going. And Nicolin Splittorff heading to the 10th control, and have been out now in 28 minutes. We said 40 to 45 minutes is the estimated time on this course, and that means the men will probably have around 40, and the ladies will probably have some more minutes. And also differing in the forking.
0, jag har ändå fyllt 1.
So Nicolin Splittorff just looking like she's extending that lead towards the chasers behind her. Going full speed here. We see Estonia 1 coming in towards the 9th control. Mari Linnus having a good race for the Estonian first team. And Ursina Jagi still the first chaser after Nicolin Splittorff. But it's a reason why the Danish athletes have 2 gold medals and a 4th position. She is also ranked number 1 in the world. She is the best of the best. Taking the 10th control, and then it will be interesting to see how she tries to think of the route choice coming to the 12th control. Might depend on which of these 11th controls you have, 44, 45 or 46. And just as usual, you know that when the team enters the finish, they have had both 44, 45 and 46. So they should have had exactly the same controls in the end. And he's probably quite nervous guy, standing and waiting, not knowing really much of how their teams are doing out there. Nicolin Splittorff, of course, in the lead, but behind Ursina Jagi and Martina Tyszowska, we also have the Finnish team. I think it is Ruska Saarela there. So those really great teams are also in the top here. And it looks like Nicolin Splittorff has turned around and are going around the north part here. Maybe probably it's too far shortcut there. And also you don't want to shortcut uphill. Then it really needs to be shorter. If you want to do a shortcut, this should preferably be downhill, so you can keep up the speed. And then when they're taking the 12th and 13th control, it's quite straight into the arena passage. We see Finland 1 going in probably to the 45 control. See if she turns around or if she continues. Yeah, looking like she's turning around, doing the same route choice as Nicolin Splittorff here from her 11th control. And you see we are struggling a bit with the GPS. That means there can also be a of course, teams in between here that we don't see. We see Martina Tyszowska's GPS tracking has stopped, and then they are jumping in again. So one thing is certain, we have the Danish Nicolin Splittorff in the lead, and then we have Switzerland 1, Finland 1, Czech Republic 1 in the second group, as it looks like there can be some other team there. And then we see the Estonian 1 coming into the 10th control. We know the Austrian girl were with her, and some other teams also. And here we see they are warming up. This is the Polish team warming up on the bikes, being ready, because when they start this mixed relay, their leg, it will be hard pace from the start. And also they have to be ready if you if your teammate come and change you over 15 seconds behind the team, you really want to close the gap directly and go really hard. So they are warming up intensely here at the arena. Here we get to see Sweden 2, Tilda Palm, the young Swede, as we saw, going into the forbidden area, and she's definitely not knowing where she are. Probably thinking when she passed the intersection that she is one intersection ahead, and then continuing and taking right on the next one, and not understanding a thing coming out of the map there. Realizing probably her mistake, that something big is wrong, coming out here to get back to the course, maybe reading herself in at the marsh there. Hopefully for Tilda Palm, she is lost in the forest after that big mistake. But Gabriella Gustafsson in the Swedish first team being quite much big better, 2 minutes behind approximately at the TV control. So Tilda Palm having a monstrous mistake there, and the Swedish team here wondering what's happened. So there the team captain Mieron, and here we see Finland 1 coming into the 12th control from the north side. Nicolin Splittorff's GPS has stopped a bit, and then going towards the 13th control. I think they will stay on the paths, and I think they will stay on the path to the 14th control either, or also, but we will see. So it looks like Finland has passed Elina Jäägi, perhaps having the shorter forking to the 11th control. So it looks like Roska Sarala is ahead of Elina Jäägi at the moment, but still just around 20 seconds between them, so not so big difference. And they are going in already there. I was thinking perhaps they will go to the right, more down to the south directly, and then take the control from the right side. Those are the two options to this 13th control. She wants to go out to the bigger path as soon as possible and try to just keep on pushing, having around 10 minutes, maybe 15 minutes left of her leg, knowing this is the last thing I do in Poland, and I want to make a big example and just leave everything out there. And definitely aware that Nicolin Splittorff is ahead of her. Might have seen her going out to the 12th control. But this is a great start from Finland. Samuel Pökele, the gold medalist from the sprint distance, going out on the second leg, and yesterday's winner Andrea Haga going out on the third ending leg. So Finland definitely getting the start they want. And actually, all those 3 athletes in the Finnish team have 1 gold and 1 bronze medal with them going out on this day. So we'll see if they get another medal to bring home.
What's going on there? We'll see some surprises. And could appear team-ball here. You're staying in the Polish team as well. Everything is possible in orienteering.
And 𝐼𝐶𝐈𝐏𝐄𝐒, the Swiss, also going really well out here. It looks like the French team is also, they are doing a slightly different route choice to the third control. And then we have Jana Nelica. Actually, she is also voluntary paramedic, Jana Nelica. So she is perhaps have made some massage, and 𝐼𝐶𝐈𝐏𝐄𝐒, physiotherapist. So they might done some massage on their legs after yesterday's middle distance, trying to find some extra strength for today's relay. But looking like they have good starts, all those teams. Still the Polish athletes are warming up to the second leg. Can be Damian Hyla or Grzegorz Nowak. Yeah, we see 𝐄𝐒 𝐅𝐿 going down to the south, taking the all way around. 𝐼𝐶𝐈𝐏𝐄𝐒 taking a different route choice to the 14th control, being a bit behind. Could it be that we see that one of the Czech teams are together with the Austrian taking different route choices to the 13th control? So interesting to see 𝐼𝐶𝐈𝐏𝐄𝐒 if I think she will stay on the path out to the left in the picture. And now 𝐄𝐒 𝐅𝐿 is out on the road and just crushing the meters under her tires. Looking like it went really fast for her out on that road. Pretty interesting. We know Nicolin Splittorff were ahead of them, so probably not so far to the arena passage directly after the 15th control, going out on the meadow and doing the arena passage. So Nicolin Splittorff, Denmark, were in the lead. Looks like 𝐄𝐒 𝐅𝐿 have passed 𝐼𝐶𝐈𝐏𝐄𝐒. We also know Martina Tiszowska, the Czech, were in that group. Jana Nelica coming in towards the 13th control. And I think those are some of the teams here in the top. But you see, the clock is ticking. They will probably have some more minutes than 45, the estimated time. And having a small forking to the 17th control. Should not differ too much there, I think. And should not cause too much problems for the athletes. Looking like Jana Nelica taking the same route choice as 𝐼𝐶𝐈𝐏𝐄𝐒. I think she's losing seconds there. Now we see Nicolin Splittorff coming here at the spectator control, having only 2 kilometers left of her course, having a time of 41:30 here at the spectator control, the arena passage. She had 30 seconds down to 𝐼𝐶𝐈𝐏𝐄𝐒, but we know she has been passed by the Finnish 𝐄𝐒 𝐅𝐿, yesterday's gold medalist. So that's the next athlete to be awaited. But I think it will be some longer time now. Looking at the GPS, when they went to the 11th, 12th control, looked like there were more than a minute between those athletes. So the Danish Nicolin Splittorff having no difficulties so far this leg, just having some short controls left, 2 kilometers. So will probably be some minutes just. And here we see, yeah, Martina Tyszowska. We have 2 Czech team there. Martina Tyszowska first of them. Could it be Rosalie Kucherova in the second team behind her? You see, certain could be. And then we have here, yes, the Finnish team. That's Ingrid Stengaard. Finland 3. Just being there. 41:30. They are around 1 minute 15 seconds behind here. And they will see Italia having a good start. You know where they have Fabiano Bettega, Luca Dalla Valle, yesterday's 9th and 10th position men at the second and third leg, being less than 1.5 minutes behind. And here we have Finland 1, Ruska Saarela coming here, yesterday's gold medalist. So Ruska Saarela around 1:40 behind the leader Nicolin Splittorff there. Around then 50 seconds behind Martina Tyszowska at the Czech first team. So Czech Republic getting exactly the start they wanted at this race. So as I said, we have seen some of these on the GPS tracking, but there are more teams together. In Italy, definitely getting a good start with Iris Aurora Pecorari. And they have Fabiano Bettega, Luca Dalla Valle, being second at last year's mixed relay in Portugal at the European Championships. Probably wanting to stay up there and fight for the medals. I'm not certain. Rosina Yagi has not been here. So Switzerland has lost some time. They will see Ignas Ambrasas, who will do the last leg for Lithuania. And of course, we are waiting for Lithuania here. Gabriela Androsiniene, almost 4 minutes behind at the TV control. So we will see. Here I think we have Ursina Yagi. Yeah, Switzerland. Then she is around 3 minutes behind the leader Nicolin Splittorff. Has lost some time in the second part of this race. Might have been 4 Kings. Might have been some route choosing. Might have been her legs. We are not certain. But here at least 3 minutes behind Nicolin Splittorff. So Silas Hotz will get prepared. And then they have Nicolin Splittorff, 3 minutes since she was here. I think Oliver Friis must get ready quite soon for the changeover. So we might see some changeovers at the same time as the arena passage. We will see if Martina Tyszowska, together with her Czech teammate, will be able to catch some seconds here at the last loop. So Nicolin Splittorff having around 1 minute ahead of Czech team 1. And also Italy we saw another Czech team. It could be Rosalie Kucherova, I'm not certain. Czech 2 having Wojtek Stransky, Jiri Radil at second and third leg. Then we saw Ingrid Stengaard going for the third Finnish team with Tommi Nykänen and Kari Kaskinen. And Oliver Friis standing here, ready, waiting for his teammate, Nicolin Splittorff. She is in the lead. And the girl we are waiting for changing over first of these athletes after the leg 1 at this mixed relay. So we're hearing cheering. And here is Gabriela Androsiniene. That means she is, still 41, 42, 4.5 minutes behind Gabriela Androsiniene. Actually, she's coming here. That was another Lithuanian team. This is not the start that Lithuania would have liked. And we see some French team also. And they are working. Gabriela Androsiniene, seeing at least that no one has changed over yet, but this is not the race she woke up and was thinking she would have. So we see Wojtek Ludwig with the GoPro on his helmet. I think we see Wojtek Stransky also there, standing and waiting with the beard. Fabiano Bettega are there. And someone is already trying to go into the finish, getting some help there. No, 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 you are just at the arena passage, they are shouting. So that's important to know where you're continuing. 47 minutes, Still waiting for the first changeover ladies here. Nicolene Splittorff should be first. And then we see the guys standing and waiting. I think, of course, Tommi Nikanen is standing there. And also Samuel Pökkele, who were only some minutes behind. And here we have Nicolene Splittorff coming for the Danish team. First at the changeover here. Changing over to Oliver Friis. 47:32 is her time on this first leg. And we should see the difference down to the chasers. That is a good race from Nicolene Splittorff. Looking like she had the lead from early on and just trying to stretch it out. So we should have the Czech teams. Martina Tyszowska waiting for her. 47:30 was the time for Nicolene Splittorff at this first leg. And Lithuania won, being more than 4 minutes behind at this arena passage. And losing positions also. Now I think we have Martina Tyszowska here and Rosalie Kucherova. That's the Czech first and second team going out. Wojtek Ludwig just followed by Wojtek Stransky. And they are less than 1 minute behind. And Ingrid Stengaard also changed over. They have to move the bikes here so they don't get another racer in turn. Sweden won on her way. Gabriella Gustafsson losing some seconds here. And we will see how the Swedish Sverre Røgaard goes out here. Is he gonna try and change those seconds directly, or wants to go out and do his race, being around 1.5 minutes behind Nicolene Splittorff? We see here Samuel Pökkele standing ready to the right, waiting for Ruska Sarala. That's the Finnish first team. So double up Czech. And we also have had Italy changing. I did not see that. Fabiano Bettega going out. So I think that means we have 6 teams out on the second leg here, with Denmark in the lead. Here we have Ruska Sarala coming in, punching her last there up to Samuel Pökkele, going out 49:29. That means she is 2 minutes behind. Exactly 2 minutes behind the Danish leader Oliver Friis, and 1 minute behind Wojtek Ludwig, the gold medal winner at the long distance. So these are the top 7 teams. And you see Finland 3 actually being a minute ahead of Finland 1. And Ingrid Stengaard making a really good first leg. And we have seen her strength some parts of the earlier races, not being able to put an entire race together, losing time in the end or in the beginning, but we have seen that she is this fast. Waiting for some more racers.
Portugal and Spain, the neighboring countries going together.
It looked like Portugal and Spain were passing the arena passage. So Ana Filipa Silva and maybe Maria del Mar Delgado Gonzalez. But now we're waiting. We saw Gabriela Androsinene in a quite big group, around 4.5 minutes behind. So they should be arriving to this finish in a minute or so. So we are waiting for team 8, 9, 10, 11. Here we see Latvia into the arena passage. And here we see Ursina Jagi. She had lost more time, 51. That means she's 3.5 minutes behind, sending out Silas Hots at the second leg. Ursina Jagi losing sometimes all the way there when she lost the group, not being able to have the same pace. It's a stable race for her, but 3.5 minutes for Silas Hots, and then Adrian Jagi can be quite tough for those athletes to chase up to the medals.
Two Czech teams, only one will be counted, so it means Italy to the third place. Then Finland the 3. And that was
So she's reading out and can then have some drink, knowing that her European championships are over, at least the races, and wants to cheer on. And here I think we have one more Finnish team arriving to the changeover. And there we see Lithuania changing over. There we have Gabriela Andrusinen at 52.05. That means 4.5 minutes. Jonas Maiselis are going out 4.5 minutes behind. And 14, that's France 2. Paul Debray going out. And we see some more of the Czech teams. And here we also had the Austrian team, I think, sending out Hannes Nilika and Jeremy Poor for France 1 going out in that group also. Big group going around 4.5, 5 minutes behind the leaders from Denmark out on this second leg. Then we saw Mari Linus sending out Lauri Malmstros for the Estonian first team. You see those who are waiting are trying to stand under the tent and not be in the sun, staying in the shade for as long as possible. But now I think we have sent out all those teams that we were expecting to be in the fight for the medals. But still, 4.5 minutes for Jonas Maiselis to try and change something towards Oliver Friis, and Wojtek Ludwig being 3.5 minutes ahead of Jonas Maiselis, leaving this changeover zone. So here we have the French girls, Constantine Devier and Laurent Maillet, having an okay first leg, I think. Also, Lukul were there. Mari Linus from Estonia, and here we have Gabriela Andrusinen and Algirda Mishkovene, the Lithuanian, having a great day yesterday. And you see Gabriele looking quite a bit empty, glazing in her eyes, wondering what's happened out there. How did I lose so much time on Nicolin Splittorff? And what happened in the beginning, because we saw early. Here we see Tilda Palm, the Swedish, who were outside the map early on. And that's it's probably the last here to Arena Passage. I think it's Germany changing over. Yes, team number 9, Anke Danovsky to Sebastian Anders. Anke Danovsky is then 7 minutes behind Nicolin Splittorff at this first leg, giving away her map. So you see the athletes, they have to give the map to the organizers, and I think that's probably one Polish team in the Arena Passage. You have to give the maps to the organizers, so you cannot check it with your teammates. And here we see Spanish team. That's number 15. That's Spain 2. Elena Ilan Ortiz standing out. Enrique Sosa Esteban. Then around 7.5 minutes behind on this first leg. And I think she are then ahead of Spain's first team with Maria del Mar Delgado Gonzalez coming probably quite soon with the Portuguese Ana Felipa Silva. At least they were doing the Arena Passage together. And here we see some of the Swiss team. Could it be Celine Wellenreiter for Switzerland 2, sending over Noah Rieder out on the second leg. I think being 8 minutes behind here at the first team. Not the best race for Celine Wellenreiter, putting her hands on her head and wondering what was the problem. We see one of the Czech team here going into the changeover also, number 19. That means it's the Czech 4, Romana Skodova, sending up Jakub Skoda. Also him, a great ski orienteer, having been a ski orienteering at the championships many years, and awaiting his dream goals to come true with the medals. Jakub Skoda for Czech team going out there 9 minutes behind approximately. And here we see some of the Polish teams. Anna Kaminska coming in there, number 27. That means the first team sending out Damian Hylla, 9 minutes, as I said, behind Anna Kaminska, losing time here on the first leg. And they have Bartosz Nibelski on the last leg, who was 5th place at the sprint and 12th yesterday at the middle distance. So that's the big Polish star, Bartosz Nibelski. So we know they had 17:55 out to the TV control, the ladies, and the guys have been out now for 10 minutes. 29 sending out, that's Portugal, Ana Filipa Silva sending out Daniel Marquez, and then we have the Spanish first team coming here. Maria del Mar Delgado Gonzalez sending out Juan Sanz. 9.5 minutes behind the leader Nicolin Splittorff, sent out Oliver Fries. As I said, the ladies had 18 minutes to the TV control. The man has been out in 10 minutes, the first man. So around, I would say 5, 6, 7 minutes, we will start to see the athletes out at the TV control. And here we saw she was 25th, the Spanish rider. So Nicolin Splittorff, 47:22, 51 seconds ahead of Czech 1, Martina Tiszowska. Rosalie Kucharova just 2 seconds behind her. Iris Aurora Pecorari, 4th position. We had Ingrid Stengard at 5th position, 59 seconds. Then we had a small jump down to 6th place Sweden, 1:18 behind. And Finland 1, Roska Sarla, 1:57 behind. And a jump down to 8th position, Ursina Jagi for Switzerland 1. 3.5 minutes. And then we had a group again. Finland 2, Marika Hara, Algirda Michkovene, Gabriele Andrusinene, Ristina Kosareva, Lorena Myers, Valeri Kamererova. And here we see some of the Finnish team coming in to the finish. I think that was Antonia Haga changing over to Henna Saarinen. And we also had Jana Nilika in that group, 4:30 behind Constance Devier. So that was a big group from position 9 to position 18, changing over between 4.5 to 5 minutes behind. And then we have had Mari Linus at the 18th position. Here we see Antonia Haga, who sent out Henna Saarinen at the second leg. So we are still waiting for some teams here. We see the Polish second team. No, actually Lithuanian. Excuse me. Lithuanian number 3. That should be Agne Musajevaite. Yeah. Standing there, then she is around 12 minutes behind at the first leg. So we're waiting for Sweden 2, Austria 2, and Poland 2 still out on the first leg. And after that, everyone are in the finish on the first leg here. And Oliver Fries has been out in 12.5 minutes. As I said, 17:55 for Nicolin Splittorff. Here we have also the Bulgarian coming into the finish, sending out Stanimir Belomashev on his second leg here. Stanimir Belomashev, I had said it many times, the ski orienteer world champion multiple times, and a lot of medals home in his cabinet. So he goes out on this second leg. Yeah, that's why I saw Ristina Kosareva. That was the athlete who were on her way under the finish line and then turned around. So that's why she was looking like she was in a higher group. And here we have Tilda Palm, who has been outside the map for several minutes, sending out her teammate Elvira Larsson, who was 4th at the sprint distance. Tilda Palm, very, very disappointed. But it's a learning lesson out there, Tilda. It's not so easy to think when you just enter the finish, but nothing more to do now than lick your wounds, look at why this happened, and try to learn. Yes, here we have the results from the first leg. As I said, Nicolin Splittorff, 51 seconds ahead of Czech Republic 1. Martina Tiszowska, we have Czech Republic 2, we have Italy 1, Finland 3. All those teams are in 8 seconds. Then a jump on 20 seconds down to Sweden 1, Gabriela Gustafsson. Finland 1, Ruska Sarla 2 minutes behind. Switzerland 1, Ustina Jagi 3.5 minutes. Then we had Finland 2, Marika Hara 4:24. Lithuania 2, Algirda Michkovene 4:26. Then Lithuania 1, 4:33 behind at this first leg. A lot of time lost there. Laurent Mayer, Valeri Kamererova, France 2, Czech Republic 3. We had Austria 1, Jana Nilika in that group. Interesting to see now how Hannes Nilika, the junior European champion this week, should do. And we are at the TV control waiting for Oliver Fries, but that is a Czech guy. Could it be Wojtek Ludwig or Wojtek Stransky who are first? I think it can be Wojtek Ludwig who has overtaken the lead. And they are biking now, should soon go into the shortcut. We see a shortcut here from the Italian Fabiano Bettega. So we have Czech and we have Italy. Fabiano Bettega running, doing a big shortcut into this control. See if he will be able to catch some seconds here on the leading Czech Republic. So we should see. The easiest thing is to look at the helmet. Does he have a GoPro on? Coming up here, jumping on his bike. And this should be 39th control. And we see Fabiano Bettega actually doing a shortcut, taking the lead there. And then we Wojtek Ludwig, Czech Republic 1. So Italy 1 and Czech Republic 1 in the lead. 1:03.22 there. So we are waiting to see the other guys. They have passed Oliver Fries. Wojtek Stransky is still not here. He went out with them. Also Tommy Nykanen and Sverre Røygaard very close behind. And then we had Samuel Pökele going around 1 minute behind these athletes for Finland 1. But now just birds singing in the forest. Looking down to that path they are coming from. Do we see any athlete? This is a big lead for those two teams. Czech Republic 1 and Italy 1. They have had a good start on this second leg. Fabiano Bettega and Wojtek Ludwig. And we saw that Fabiano Bettega gained some seconds. And here we see someone coming from the other direction perhaps. We have photographers here. Looking like they are getting ready.
Tak, a słuchaj, czy listy startowe dla drugiej
Yeah, here we see, that's Wojtek Stransky and one of the Finnish athletes. Could it be Samuel Pökela who has come together with Wojtek Stransky here at the TV control? Yes, that's Wojtek Stransky, Czech Republic 2. Then he has lost around, let's see, 1.5 minutes, 2 minutes up to Wojtek Ludwig and Fabiano Bettega. We're still waiting for their exact times at that control. And then it's slow again. Which means Oliver Fries from Denmark have not had the best start out here. So Denmark losing crucial time. Oliver Fries going out more than 1 minute. Or 1 minute I should say, 51 seconds. Yeah, we have more athletes on the way. And Sweden 1, still waiting for Sverre Røygaard. We also have more Finnish teams coming. Swiss should be arriving quite soon. And then there comes the bigger group. And we see here, running through the forest, making the shortcut. Could it already be the Lithuanian Jonas Maiselis and Hannes Nilika, the Austrian? The junior have had a really good start coming out here. I think it's Hannes Nilika, Austria, first of these athletes, and then Jonas Maiselis, probably from Lithuania. They have in the second team who went out together with them. we saw Samuel Pökkilä, Wojtek Stransky were there. That's Hannes Nilika, and then Finland too. And I think that is the Lithuanian team. Oh, the Austrian having a good start. They're having Andreas Wallman on the last leg. And then we have one more Finnish team. We see Sweden coming here. And one more Lithuanian team coming down there. I'm not certain if it was the first or the second team arriving there. Jonas Vitatas Gvildis for the second team and Jonas Maiselis for the first team. But just 140 behind. We have Wojtek Stransky and Samuel Pökkilä. And here was Sverige Røygaard. And the French guys, could it be Jeremy Port? Taking the control. And we see some more Czech team. And then I think that's Jonas Vitatas Gvildis. That means Jonas Maiselis were the earlier starter coming together with Hannes Nilika from Austria. And here we have Oliver Friis. He went out first, but he is far behind now. And has not had the best start. Probably also a longer forking. So Nicolene Splitter should have one of the shortest, since we saw her in the lead early on that race. And now he goes in for the shortcut. You see the athletes, they are looking. When should I do that? Is it possible to bike like Oliver Friis is doing actually here? Staying on the bike. Looking fast there. But have lost a lot of time. Up to the leaders at the moment. Fabiano Bettega just ahead of Wojtek Ludwig. That's Italy before Czech Republic. Here we get to see GPS tracking, and then we see Oliver Friis making the same mistake as Tilda Palm. Finland 1, Samuel Pökkilä going straight through the marsh. Looking like that's quite a good. And then we see Italy 1 with Fabiano Bettega and Wojtek Stransky making the shortcut there. And Finland also doing, coming out to the path directly there. Sweden also. And Denmark is back from the outside of the map. So Czech 1, Italy 1 coming there, and it looks like Fabiano Bettega. You see, he's behind here, so he actually gained quite a many seconds on Wojtek Ludwig going in an earlier shortcut there. We see Finland 1, Samuel Pökkilä. We know he were with Wojtek Stransky coming to this TV control, having another forking and then doing that route choice, going around all the way. So interesting to see Fabiano Bettega, Wojtek Ludwig, how their forking will be. It looks like Fabiano Bettega is going out for the 55. And we also see Samuel Pökkilä and Wojtek Stransky taking different route choices into the 8th control. And it looks like Czech 1 has a bigger lead now towards Fabiano Bettega. Probably having 61 or 69, a shorter forking there, and the Italian losing seconds. But Hannes Nilika, what a start from the Austrian, the junior. Looked like Jonas Maiselis really were struggling to keep his back. So that's a man for the future books. Or should I say he's already here now. So Austria definitely in the medal fight.
We have 50 minutes remaining to the junior youth start. 50 minutes.
So they have been out in around 22 minutes on this second leg. We know Nicolene Splitov had 41 minutes passing the arena. So now they are going away on this controls a bit further from the arena. Wojtek Ludwig in the lead ahead of Fabiano Bettega. And we know that Wojtek Stransky, Czech Republic 2, and Samuel Pökkilä, Finland 1, were 3rd and 4th at the TV control. And this is so how it comes now. You know, Wojtek Stransky, he is really close to the bronze medal, but since he is behind Czech Republic 1, even if they arrive as number 3 in the finish, they will not get a medal. They have to pass Czech Republic 1. So one nation can only get 1 medal. So in the end, it could be a bigger fight versus your not teammates, but your mates from your same nation than towards other athletes. And often it's these in the shorter sprint relays that we see in foot orienteering and sprint orienteering also, that it becomes a fight between those best nations. See one of the Finnish teams going out to the 8th control. Looks like it's Finland 2. Jussi Laurila going north there, taking that control. And you see Hannes Nilika is there, the purple dot for Austria. And actually, he were faster than Wojtek Ludwig and Fabiano Bettega out to the TV control. Had catched 30 seconds. It can differ with the forking, but Hannes Nilika, what a start from the youngster. Here we have more from the TV control. More athletes coming to this control. And they are quite far behind. Here we see number 18, that's the French third team, Albin Demare Chuli, coming in this group. Leading this group, as it looks like. I think it's the German also coming there, Sebastian Anders. And could it be the Polish teams coming up here? That means it's Grzegorz Nowak, no, Damian Hyla, I think, for the first Polish team there. And then Sebastian Anders for the German team. Could it be the Portuguese coming behind here? Yes, it's the Portuguese, Daniel Marquez. Out at the 6th control, jumping on the bike, trying to keep the backs. And here we see someone struggling. And those are really heavy seconds to try and catch. It's the Latvian, that's Martins Linde. Coming here, turning around the bike, jumping on. Oh no, the chain has jumping off. Losing even more seconds. So Martin Linde, I think he will lose that group now and have to focus on his own orienteering. And there we see one of the Czech team also. Could it be the big Jakub Škoda for Czech 4? Perhaps. So Martin Linde may be getting a nice back to follow. So 26 minutes for Wojtek Ludwig and Fabiano Bettega in the terrain at the moment. 41 for Nikolin Splittorff entering the arena. How many minutes faster are these athletes? They were 3 minutes, 3.5 minutes. And there we see Lithuania 3. I think that is Rokas Miškevičius. So Rokas going, passing that control. And here we get to see again, we see Czech 1 having those seconds down to Fabiano Bettega. Wojtek Ludwig is in the lead. And then it looks like Finland 1 is not so far behind Fabiano Bettega at the moment. And they have all 3 teams taking the 11th control. And as I said, they were a bit more than 3 minutes faster than the latest to the TV control. So that means I think they should be entering the arena in about perhaps 8 minutes or so. So they are some minutes faster than the ladies, just as planned. And we see Finland 2, also Jussi Laurila having a good race. And Finland 3, Tommi Nykkänen, so a lot of Finnish teams. But we know there are more teams in between there. Wojtek Stransky, Czech 2 should be there. Hannes Nilika from Austria should be there. See Sweden 1 are also coming, and Swiss Silas Hotz should also be there, I think. So, heading down towards the 12th control. And we see the arena passage will be the 16th control. But Wojtek Ludwig getting a lead for the Czech first team. We'll see if he gets the lead for them to stay with. They have Krzysztof Bogar at the last leg, having been sixth multiple times this week, but longing for his first medal here in Ostroda, Poland, this last day at the European Championships. So the race have been out for 1:17, and you see Wojtek Ludwig continuing straight down on that path. And Finland won. We have been losing Italy with Fabiano Bettega, but we know he had lost some seconds up to Wojtek Ludwig, but being somewhere in between. And we see Czech 2, Wojtek Stransky, actually has lost quite some time there. Have had a different forking, definitely, but have he also lost time in the pace, being changed by the Austrian Hannes Nilica. So the medals are at the moment Czech Republic, Italy and Finland, being chased by Austria. And we also have seen Jonas Maiselis from Lithuania work together with Hannes Nilica at the TV control. Lithuania won, who I held as one of the top favorites ahead of the start today. But Gabriele Androsinene having big issues. So Czechia is in the lead with Wojtek Ludwig, taking another route choice than Finland and Italy to this 13th control. So we will see how that continues. So Czechia team 1 in the lead, Finland 1, and we have Italy 1 there. Czechia 2 is coming behind, and we see Austria 1 with Hannes Nilica. And could it be one of the Finnish teams together there? Yes. And I see it's the Swedish teams are a bit behind, or Swedish 1. And some more GPS that I'm not really... We see Finland 2 and Finland 3. Both Jussi Laurila and Tommi Nikkanen around that 5th, 6th position. Also looks like one of the French teams. And we see the Lithuanian one, Jonas Maiselis, has not been able to keep the back of Hannes Nilica, being around 1 minute behind there. And we see that Fabiano Bettega have taken the 13th control, going straight south towards the 14th control, going around there. And I think that could be the fastest route choice, looking at the ladies from the last leg. And now Fabiano Bettega, Wojtek Ludwig have been out for 32 minutes. And we had 41.5 minutes for Nicolin Splittorff at the first leg. So I think Wojtek Ludwig for Czechia 1 is probably on the way towards the finish, or not the finish, the area change, area passage. 2 kilometers left after that arena passage. You see, it will be interesting to see which route choices being made, but we have a leading, I should not say group, it looked like Wojtek Ludwig are in the lead with around 30 seconds to a minute, and then we have Italy 1, and then quite close behind them Finland 1, and then it's a jump again, Czechia 2, and then coming the group with Austria, Finland 2, Finland 3, Lithuania, and I think those are the teams fighting for the medals. Sweden 1, we saw looking like they are losing some time. But Fabiano Bettega going with big speed out on the black road now, coming in towards the 14th control. So Wojtek Ludwig for Czechia 1. If he have made the right route choices, I think he is quite soon coming towards the arena passage. Yes, here we have him, Wojtek Ludwig. Czechia won. That means that they are in the lead here. 1:21:44. He has been out on this competition. Wojtek Ludwig, Czechia won.
Wojtek Ludwig, bronze medalist in the middle distance, a long distance champion here in Ostruda. And two Pawels, Piotr Pavel and Piotr Fiala, the president and prime minister of
So it's definitely a bigger gap than we saw later on, because Fabiano Bettega for Italy 1 has lost some time. Hard to say if it's depending on forking or just the speed from the crushing gold medalist at the long distance, Wojtek Ludwig, leading for Czechia 1. And here we see two more riders. Yes, it's Fabiano Bettega and Samuel Pökkelä, Italy 1, Finland 1, together here at second and third position. They are a bit less than 1 minute behind, leading Wojtek Ludwig. So good races from these two athletes. 22:45, passing the arena passage, having 2 more kilometers to go. Krzysztof Wågar waiting, but then we also know Andre Haga and Luca Dalla Valle are standing and waiting for the finish line, or for the changeover, I should say. And then we know there were quite a gap down to, as it looked like, Czechia 2. That's Wojtek Stransky, who were the reigning champion at the European middle distance championship before yesterday, because then he lost it over to Andre Haga, who now is the reigning European champion at the middle distance, who will go the last leg for Finland 1.
He used to say that Pökkelä makes focus and then he from the 10th place to the 3rd.
So, clock is ticking. Now it's been around 2 minutes since Wojtek Ludwig were the first athlete to arrive through this arena passage. And you see the athletes and the team leaders and the spectators, they are looking, waiting, I would say spying out to the last control, or the 15th control, as the same control they have 2 times now. First as the arena passage, and then they are going into the changeover, but clock is ticking. There are 3 teams in a big lead here. So it has been quite soon 3 minutes. Wojtek Stransky, Czechia 2, have lost time here on the second leg. And we see Ignas Ambrasas to the left there, the Lithuanian. We're waiting to see Jonas Maiselis. How far will the gap be? Here we get to see, I think it's Wojtek Stransky. Yeah, that's Czechia 2 coming here. And then he is around 3 minutes behind his teammate in Czechia 1, Wojtek Ludwig. And we will see how far the chasers behind him are in the group. We saw Hannes Nilika were there, Jonas Maiselis were there. We had also, I think, Tommi Nykänen and Jussi Laurila in the 2 Finnish teams. So we are checking, and we know it has been 3.5 minutes since Wojtek Ludwig were here, so he won't be in some more minutes. Here we see Hannes Nilika, the Austrian, the youngster, the champion from the Junior European at these competitions, coming in here and being 3.5 minutes. Actually, I think he has had the same time as Wojtek Ludwig on this first loop. Having a great race, and you know we have Andreas Waldmann from Austria going out on the last leg. Silver medalist at the long distance, 4th at the middle distance. And here we see some of the Finnish team also coming in. Not certain if it's Jussi Laurila in the second team or if it's Tommi Nykänen. I think it's Jussi Laurila coming there. So Finland, they are around 4 minutes behind Wojtek Ludwig here as the leading team. But what impressive race by Hannes Nilika. And here we see more. Could it be Jonas Maiselis coming in this group? Yes, we have Lithuania. We have Jonas Vitatas-Gvildis also. Lithuania 1, Lithuania 2. We have Finland. And there we also have the French. Could it be Jeremy Pur coming there? So those are the teams. They are then around 4.5 minutes behind the leading man, I would say. Snow group. So Jonas Vitatas-Gvildis and Jonas Maiselis, Lithuania 1 and 2 together. still. And here we have Czechia 3, I think. That means... No, Wojtek Ludwig already! Then changing over, Krzysztof Bogart, Wojtek Ludwig. What a pace! Going into the changeover to Krzysztof Bogart here, 1:26.54. And we should just wait and see. He had 1 minute down to Samuel Pökkele and Fabiano Bettega, and that's a smile on Wojtek Ludwig's face. So Wojtek Ludwig changing over to Krzysztof Bogart in the lead. He went out as number 2, taking over Oliver Friis early in the race. And here we have Samuel Pökkele. Yes, sending out yesterday's gold medalist Andre Haga. That is around 45-50 seconds between Czechia and Finland 1. But where is Fabiano Bettega? Where is Italy 1? He lost something. Have you done a mistake? I think we're here cheering. Luca Dalla Valle, I don't think he wants to go out chasing from the start, but it looks like he has to do it. And it might also open up for the chasers. Here we have Fabiano Bettega. Yes, he lost around 20-30 seconds and sending out Luca Dalla Valle on his third leg and the last leg of this mixed relay. So it's getting interesting in the fight for the medals. Fabiano Bettega losing some seconds to Samuel Pökkele here at the end. That means Samuel Pökkele were 40 seconds behind Wojtek Ludwig at the changeover, and then 30 seconds more down to Fabiano Bettega. And we know 3.5 minutes after coming Hannes Nilica for Austria 1. We also have Wojtek Stransky in between there. So those are the next team we are waiting for. But Samuel Pökkele actually being 20 seconds faster than Wojtek Ludwig on this second leg. And Fabiano Bettega doing a good race, losing around 1.5 minutes in the total on Samuel Pökkele. So they went under 40 minutes on this second leg, having around 37-38 minutes on this course. And you see it's been hot there, out there, making a little shower with his water bottle over his head. The clock is ticking. Almost 3 minutes now, and still no Czechia 2 with Wojtek Stransky. He's gonna send out on his last leg in that team, Jiri Radil, who was 7th yesterday. And then we have Hannes Nilica sending out Andreas Waldman, who was 4th at the middle distance. There it looked like maybe the Estonians were doing the arena. And here we have Wojtek Stransky, Czechia 2. Then is 3:20 behind the leader at Czechia 1. We are waiting for the Austrian. And just behind him we saw the Lithuanian guys. Also French team 1. And some of the Finnish teams. But he has lost time here. Hannes Nilica. Could it be here? Yes, we see Andreas Waldman standing already, waiting. 4 minutes, 8 seconds behind at the 5th position. That's Austria 1, changing over. Sending out Andreas Waldman, Hannes Nilica. Great race from him, giving Andreas Waldman the opportunities. And then we have Finland changing over, and that is sending out and Lithuania also here with Jonas Maiseli sending out Ignas Ambrasas, 4:40 behind. Can he have the strength in his legs? And Jeremy Pur coming in there also. That means he's 4:45, sending out his teammate Armel Bertaux, and Finland 2 Jussi Laurila were there earlier, and now it's Finland 3. Tommi Niikanen coming, and then Joonas Vytautas-Vildis at Lithuania, second team. So that is probably the only teams that might have a shot at the medals. But I think a jump from Fabiano Bettega sending out Luca Dalla Valle at third position, 1:11 behind. And then it's a jump down to Czechia 2, sending out Jiri Radil for 2 minutes. And then 1 more minute down to Austria 1, sending out Andreas Waldman. And here we have Oliver Friis, Denmark. He went out in the lead and enters the finish as number 12, sending out Camilla Søgaard on this last leg. So Oliver Friis, 10th position.
86.5 minutes.
And that means, have we lost some team there? Noah Rieder from Switzerland 2. I mean Silas Hoss, Switzerland 1. I have not seen him, so Switzerland is out of the game. Also, Sweden has lost a lot of time with Sverre Røygaard, Sweden 1. So it looks like Sweden, Switzerland, will not be able to fight for the medals. Here I think we have him, Silas Hoss. Oh, that was Arena Passage. Then it could be the Swiss second team. And here we will have one more of the Czech teams. It will be Czech 3 there. Czechia 3. Trying to look who is at Czechia 3. Yeah, that's Jan Hasek going out. And had Martin Kanta earlier. You see Martin Kanta there. Coming in around 6.5 minutes behind Wojtek Ludwig. So we will wait and see. Oh, it's the waiting again. So 11th position for the Czechia third team here at the changeover. Out on the last leg, Krzysztof Bogar was sent out first with a lot of routine. He's having gold medals in his cabinet. And at the European Champs 2022, he was in the winning team with exactly the same lineup as today. Martina Tiszowska, then Wojtek Ludwig, and then Krzysztof Bogar ending this race. So we will see how he will take it on. Knowing he has a lead, but only 40 seconds down to yesterday's gold medalist Andre Haga. That's not something to be relaxed with. Yep, Wojtek Ludwig changing over as number 1. 40 seconds ahead of Finland 1 with Samuel Pökkele. Then Italy 1, 1:11. Then we see the jump. Czechia 2, Wojtek Stransky, 3:11. And then another jump, Austria 1, Hannes Nilika, 4:03. In a small group there with Finland 3, Tommi Niikanen, Lithuania 1, Jonas Maiselis, Jussi Laurila, Finland 2, Lithuania 2. There were those guys in about 50 seconds. Perhaps they can use each other. Then we had Oliver Friis for Denmark, and at 11th position, Czechia 3. That's Martin Kanta. And we get to see start here from the racers. We see Czechia 1. This is the replay from the second leg. So you see there Italy having a bit shorter forking directly in the start. And also Wojtek Stransky catching up directly. And then we see they are continuing all the way around, but Samuel Pökkele making a big shortcut. Looks like he gained seconds there, but then going around to the control behind. So it's you see it's also quite hard to be able to have the foresight with the map when you're doing a shortcut. And probably that's why Samuel Pökkele not made a shortcut out from that control. Passing Wojtek Stransky at that forking. And we see Fabiano Bettega, Wojtek Ludwig in the lead and taking different route choices there. Looking like Wojtek Ludwig gained some seconds there and also having shorter forking to the 8th control. And you see Samuel Pökkele also doing the same route choosing as Wojtek Ludwig, gaining seconds on Fabiano Bettega. And we also have Finland 2 and Austria 1 out there in the GPS tracking. Wojtek Ludwig having the longest forking here. That is highly interesting to know that he has actually had the longest forking. Samuel Pökkele having the shortest forking there. So Krzysztof Bogar, he will not have the longest forking to the 11th control. And also Wojtek Stransky having the longer forking there. You see some small different route choices, but then to the 14th control, they go down all the way and just try to work with their legs. Around 1 minute is the trade you see up between Wojtek Ludwig and Samuel Pökkele and also Fabiano Bettega. Wojtek Stransky making the other route choice there, and Hannes Nilika and Jussi Laurila going down again. We should see which one of those 17 controls they have. Looks like, yeah, 52 were for Wojtek Ludwig, and Samuel Pökkele having 54, and then I think 54 is a bit faster, some seconds faster there actually. Probably some why they gained some seconds. See Wojtek Stransky taking number 53, and then they came the other route choice to the number 18 control, and then Hannes Nilika and Jussi Laurila coming there. And here we have some of the Swiss team. That's number 13. That's Switzerland 2. Noah Rieder sending out Florin Schneider here at the last leg. And Silas Hotz were also there a bit earlier. So Switzerland 1, Switzerland 2. And then we're sending out Lauri Malmros for Estonia 1. Who had Mari Linus at the first leg, sending out Sander Pritzik at this last leg. 12 minutes behind the leader from Czechia. And 12 minutes out there for Krzysztof Bogar. We know that Wojtek Ludwig had around 14 minutes to the TV control, so I think that Krzysztof Bogar, he should be there any minute now. We have Lauri Malmros from Estonia punching out. But now we get to see here Krzysztof Bogar starting this race, and he should quite soon be heading towards control number 6, the TV control, if he has a good start. We also see Luca Dalla Valle, but we see Krzysztof Bogar having the longest forking here in the beginning, and he will lose seconds there. But Luca Dalla Valle having the same forking, opening up for the teams behind, Austria, Lithuania. We will see how they have. You see Czech 2 taking a lot of time already in the beginning, and Finland 1, Andre Haga has passed, doing a big mistake into the second control. Look, Andre Haga, he were in the lead after the first forking, but taken the wrong path there. And then we see Krzysztof Bogar making the shortcut, and Andre Haga going around, and it looks like Krzysztof Bogar has gained seconds there. Yes, Andre Haga now is clearly behind. And then we have Italy on Czechia 2 actually almost catched up on Italy with Luca Dalla Valle, Ignas Ambrasas and Andreas Waldman going around all the way. Also they are losing seconds there. So Krzysztof Bogar, he were behind and now he's in the lead again. Andre Haga, that was a costful mistake. Having the shorter forking, getting those seconds directly, and then just losing them on going in one intersection too early. But that is this high pace sport. It's really tricky to keep control on every intersection, and easy to do that small mistake. And you saw there's no path coming in from any other direction, so he was not able to realize that so quickly. So even though Krzysztof Bogar had the longer forking, he is in the lead here, or he was at the lead at the fourth control. We should see when he come here to the TV control number 6. watching, waiting. Krzysztof Bogar, Czechia 1. Will he be first, or will Endre Haga, Finland 1, have turned it around again? Now we see here, having the longer forking there, Krzysztof Bogar. And it looks like Endre Haga is having the same control. Lithuania 1, Ignas Ambrasas having some seconds down to Austria and Andreas Waldman. But Italy 1, Luca Dalla Valle still being around 2 minutes ahead of them in the terrain. You see Endre Haga also having the longer forking to the 5th control. And might be so that they come from not taking the shortcut into the 6th control, coming from the right then. At least looking at the GPS now. We'll see if they make a shortcut, but it's how it has looked earlier. And looking like Italy doesn't have the short forking to the 5th control either. So
Nu har jag första på gång.
now we're turning around here. Yes, I think it can be Krzysztof Bogar on his way. Cameraman hears something on the other side of that small forest. And someone coming down there also. Someone has making the shortcut. Is it Krzysztof Bogar? Yeah, this is Krzysztof Bogar coming here at the lead, I think. Czechia 1. Krzysztof Bogar, he went out as number 1 at this last leg. And looks like he still is ahead of Endre Haga from Finland. And also Luca Dalla Valle, Italy. He is pedaling. Now he takes the bike. Carries over this semi-open area. Actually, that's Krzysztof Bogar. Who of the Czech guys could that be? Could it be 𝐼𝐸 has catched that much time, or could it be one of Junos? Krzysztof Bogar, at least, still in the lead with his red helmet coming through that control. And here we see. This is 𝐼𝐸. 𝐼𝐸 putting himself in a medal position, and then Endre Haga coming. So you see there are 3 teams in 30 seconds out here at the TV control. And I think 𝐼𝐸 understands that this still can be a medal for us. He has had a good start, catching seconds. And here it looks like Luca Dalla Valle. He is 4th in the terrain at the moment. But in the medal fight, he is at 3rd position, since only one of the Czech team will count in the end. So Luca Dalla Valle around 1 minute behind Krzysztof Bogar here up at the TV control. Then he has gained some seconds after that long forking in the beginning. Looking carefully at the map. So we will see. Is it Ignas Ambrasas, the Lithuanian, who will be chasing closest behind here? So 𝐼𝐸 almost catching up on Krzysztof Bogar. Czechia 1, Czechia 2, and also there Endre Haga, all in about 30 seconds. And now it's a gap. Looking away for the forest. Is it the Lithuanian Ignas Ambrasas? Is it Andreas Waldman? Or is it anyone else trying to get themselves in the medal fight? Looks like we have one biker coming here, and looks like white. That were Ignas Ambrasas already there. And I think that he is around 1.5 minutes then behind Luca Dalla Valle. Gaining time on the Italian. Opening it up on this medal fight. You know, Lithuania, they were 4th at the European Championship Mixed Relay last year. They were 4th 2022. They really want to get up in the medal. And here we have Finland's 2nd team coming up here and running up, making the shortcut in towards the TV control. So Andreas Waldmann, Austria, has not been able to keep the back of Ignas Ambrasa. Silver medal at the sprint distance, silver medal at the middle distance. A youngster who has really making his mark on the top elite athletes out there. So we'll see. 24. Actually, still Finland 3. Kari Kaskinen here ahead of Finland 2. Oh, and there we have Andreas Waldmann. And that means he's around 1 minute behind Ignas Ambrasas. 2.5 minutes from the bronze place at the moment. Luca Dalla Valle, who holds it for Italy. But in the lead, we have Czechia 1. That's Krzysztof Bogar. 30 seconds behind, we have Finland 1 with Andre Haga, and Czechia 2, Jiri Radil. And here we have Finland 2 coming to the TV control. Running up here, Teemu Kaksonen. Fighting every meter. You see some are trying to carrying their bike. Teemu is pushing his bike and trying to find a way where the tires can roll out here in the forest. Looking back, that's not really a good sign. Maybe wondering where his opponents are. That's the second Finnish team in the starting lineup, but third here. And then we have Armel Berthaud from France, also pushing the bike through the forest here. And then it looks like Czechia 3 might be on the way with Jan Hasek. The other Czech teams are the more important, or more interesting, maybe I should say. Armel Berthaud, as I say, grasping for air and being able to punch the control and then jump up on the bike again. I wonder how many times they jump off and on the bike in a race like this. There are several times when they are allowed to do these shortcutting and trying to gain meters out in the forest. Jan Hasek closing in on Armel Berthaud there. And changing gears. And then we have the Lithuanian second team here. That is Regimantas Kavaliauskas coming up here towards the TV control. They have been out now for about, they did the change over 20 minutes now at the moment. Here we see the Swedish first team, that's Oskar Johansson on this last leg. And they had a good start with Gabriela Gustafsson, but Sverre Rögaard lost some positions here at the second leg, and now we have Oskar Johansson on the last leg. So Oskar turning around smoothly at the control, and then we see Camilla Søgaard, Danish athlete. She went out as number 10, trying to keep up the pace with the guys here at the third and last leg. And also French second, Pierre Martinez, I think, were there. So Camilla Søgaard, also her, leading the bike here. I would say quite good out there, jumping up on the bike and taking the control, turning around. Having a small stop there. And then going away. Trying to chase up Sweden 1 and France 2. Here at the second part of this last leg that we have of the European Championships in mountain bike orienteering 2024. it will be interesting the next time we see them. We will probably get to see some GPS, but we know we are having difficulties. Here we get to see Krzysztof Bogar, and he goes there towards the control. And then actually, yeah, he goes all the way around. Jiri Radil making the shortcut into the control, not being far behind at all, being there together with Samuel Pökele. And then Luca Dalla Valle. And then Ignas Ambrasas actually going around that way. I think he might be losing some seconds there. And we should see how they are being forked here. Krzysztof Bogar looking like he has the longer forking here also. Jiri Radil, the same forking. Andre Haga, can he have passed Krzysztof Bogar there? Andre Haga have... Oh, look, Krzysztof Bogar making a mistake. And then Italy is not far behind, but looks like Finland won. Andre Haga had the shorter forking there at the 8th control. So, Finland won in the lead. Yesterday's gold medalist, Andre Haga, have passed Krzysztof Bogar. And then Italy won. Luca Dalla Valle and probably Jiri Radil, Czechia too, are around there somewhere, because Krzysztof Bogar making a small mistake there and losing crucial seconds. So we will see. But we know Wojtek Ludwig had the longer forking to the 11th control, so he will not have the longest forking there. It can help Krzysztof Bogar in this battle about the gold medal. It's Finland, Czechia and Italy. How should this end? And I don't think, at least not yet, it looks like they are giving any other team a chance. We know Ignas Ambrasas are giving it is all out there, trying to catch time. But looks stable for Italy and Finland. So we will see. Krzysztof Bogar in the middle there. Czechia won. So now they don't have so much forking left. They have the 11th control forked. And then I think it's a straight way all the way home. And it will be a battle between the legs and the mind. Trying to keep up the pace there. And just as the other legs, they will have the arena passage with approximately 2 kilometers left. So that's some minutes in between. Here we are at the finish. I think they are looking a bit nervous. We saw Gabriel Andrus-Niene knowing that Ignas Ambrasas are doing what he can out there to catch up on the team ahead of him.
Okay, 2 minutes to the start. 2 minutes to the start.
And we see some of the Czech teams there standing and looking. We know we have Czechia 1 and 2 in the medal fight.
And for you the same. 15 seconds before, then you can turn around. 15 seconds.
This is an excited waiting. Who should be arriving to the arena passage? First of the teams. And we know they have been out in around 30 minutes. Wojtek Ludwig having 33 minutes at the second leg coming into this passage. So they should not be so far away. And then just some minutes left to work with after this passage. Then we will know who are the European champions in the mixed relay 2024. Here we get to follow. We do not see Finland. We know they were ahead earlier. We see Czechia 1 still having some seconds down to Italy 1. That's Krzysztof Bogar and Luca Dalla Valle. But we are missing Finland 1 with Andre Haga in this picture, and also missing 𝐼𝐼, Czechia 2. We are not really certain where they are in the terrain, but still some time left to come to the arena. We know Krzysztof Bogar have had quite long forking on this leg, so we will see. As it opened up for the chasers, Andre Haga, we saw him passing out there on one of the forkings actually. So being behind and then just pausing on the forking, that's a really nice feeling. So Finland in the leader's seat as we know it right now, being chased by Krzysztof Bogar. But we know Krzysztof Bogar's ability. He has won a lot of gold medals. He won the World Championship at sprint last year. And you see Finland is just some seconds ahead of him. Krzysztof Bogar looks like he is taking a different route choice here. Oh, taking the same route choice as Wojtek Ludwig. And Andre Haga making the same route choice as Samuel Pöckel at the last leg. So we will see who arrives to the 13th control first of those two. But now it's definitely, they know it's a fight between those two teams about the gold medal. And they know they are used to this situation. It still makes you wonder, how should I put this up? Should I try and wait to the sprint in the finish? No, it's quite a short sprint. So does anyone want to try and get a lead ahead of that? Or how far will they wait? Krzysztof Bogar having an incredible sprint. And we will see 𝐿𝐿𝐼 taking the same route choice as Andre Haga. And I think that the route choice that Krzysztof Bogar makes is some seconds faster. And we see Ignas Ambrasas, Lithuania, still being around 1.5 to 2 minutes behind Luca Dalla Valle in the fight for the bronze medal. And they are closing in towards the finish quite soon. But see if he will make it. Krzysztof Bogar taking the left route choice to the 14th control. Not going down to the black road. So that is also interesting. We lost Andre Haga's GPS. That makes it even more exciting, I would say, not knowing where are the Finn. Comparing to Krzysztof Bogar, are they going together at this same route choice, or do they all both have the, are they brave enough to leave each other? That can also be some kind of feeling there. If you feel like the other athletes are stronger than you, you can get pushed to do something else, try to do a different route choice. And if you feel like you are the strongest, I will, if I would have been that, I would try just to stay together with the other athlete. Will Krzysztof Bogar make the shortcut here? Will he make the shortcut? That is really a bold move. Krzysztof Bogar going down there, because going down to the black road now, I think he will lose that. Will he go into the forest and try to find that path and make the shortcut? He is playing with high stakes right now, I would say. Czechia 1, Krzysztof Bogar making that route choice, and see Luca Dalla Valle going straight down, as we have seen many athletes doing on this leg. To this control number 14. We gotta stop at GPS. So quite close, they should start to get closer to the arena. Will it be the Finnish team, Andre Haga? Will it be the Czechia team, Krzysztof Bogar? Or maybe Czechia 2 with Jiri Radil, who we know were really close to them. And then we have Italy, Luca Dalla Valle taking another route choice to that 14th control. Those are the 4 teams We know Lithuania still are around 1.5, 2 minutes behind in the terrain. We have Wojtek Ludwig standing there and filming, or waiting for the athletes, not looking towards the arena passage control. So looks like he is certain that he will have to wait some more time here. Wojtek Ludwig going the second leg in Czechia first team. And this will be interesting. We see some Italian there also waiting, hoping for the medal. And here we have one racer. We see two racers. Krzysztof Bogar is first here. Czechia 1. Krzysztof Bogar leading at the arena passage on this last leg. Who has he with him? We are trying to see that. Krzysztof Bogar. And then it is Andre Haga, just 5 seconds behind. These are the two teams fighting for the gold medal. They have around 5 minutes left of riding. Krzysztof Bogar, Czechia 1, and Andre Haga, Finland 1. Who should it be on the top? Still no more teams waiting for Italy 1 and Czechia 2. But it looks like they have lost time. Jiri Radil and Luca Dalla Valle still behind in the forest. And now they are going together. Andre Haga, Krzysztof Bogar, who will be the one taking the gold medal. We're hearing cheering, and we are seeing the next racer coming here. That's Luca Dalla Valle at the third position at the moment. Looking like a bronze medal is coming for Italy. Luca Dalla Valle turning in here and just going out on the last loop. Pushing hard, knowing that there are racers trying to catch him from behind. And here we have Jiri Radil at the fourth place at the moment. That's Czechia 2. Might have done some mistake or having a longer forking. So Jiri Radil there at fourth position with Czechia 2. And we are waiting for Ignas Ambrasas, Lithuania, Andreas Waldman, Austria. They look like they are too far behind. I think it will be those teams, those nations who have lost this arena control who will take the medals. But Krzysztof Bogar having Martina Tyszowska on the first leg, Wojtek Ludwig on the second, and Krzysztof Bogar now for Czechia 1. Comparing to Ruska Sarla, Samuel Pökele and Andre Haga from Finland 1, who will be the winners at this relay. Finland 2 won this relay last year, and 2 years ago Czechia won. So there will be some of those really big nations. They have taken a lot of medals this week here in Ostroda, Poland, and now we should give out those lost. Here we have Ignas Ambrasas to the arena passage at the 5th place in the competition, 4th in the nations competition. It looks like it will be another 4th position for Lithuania. Just grasping for those medals and not really reaching up on them. So now we're starting to focus. Who will it be? Now I think they are looking, you know, it's a short sprint to the finish line. Krzysztof Bogar were some seconds ahead of Andre Haga here at the arena passage. Going out on the last 2 kilometers of racing. And here it looks like Andreas Waldman is crossing the arena passage, the Austrian. At the 6th position. A really good relay from the Austrian team. Not really reaching up to the medals.
He won the World Championships relay 9 years ago, 2015 in Liberec in Czechia, together with Kevin Hassenberger and Bernhard Schaschinger. In front of Russian team, and third was
Czechia 1, Finland 1. That is the question. Waiting, looking. Waiting for the finish. Which team should take the gold, be on top of the podium, and get the highest cheers? We're seeing some. He's looking for someone. Krzysztof Bogar. That's the Finland team. Here we have Krzysztof Bogar. Krzysztof Bogar taking it just a second ahead of Andre Haga. Krzysztof Bogar, Czechia 1. That's Martina Tyszowska, Wojtek Ludwig, and Krzysztof Bogar taking the gold at this relay. Just some meters ahead of Finland 1 with Ruska Sarela, Samuel Pökkelä, and Andre Haga here at the last leg. He tried his best, Andre Haga, to catch and to pass Krzysztof Bogar, but it was not enough. Those few last meters. Wojtek Ludwig here coming and shaking hands with Krzysztof Bogar. Of course, Krzysztof wants to punch out and see that he has every control. He had a long forking on quite many occasions this leg, and he were behind Andre Haga several times. Still, Krzysztof Bogar with the routine, turning the tables around and bringing home the gold medals to Czechia 1, just ahead of Finland 1. And then we are waiting for bronze medalist. It should be Luca Dalla Valle on the way for Italy 1.
They regaining the title they won 2 years ago in Alina in Lithuania. 2022 they were champions.
And so these gold medals in the mixed relay at the European Champs going ping pong between Czechia, Finland, Czechia. And here I have Luca Dalla Valle, Italy 1, taking the bronze medal at this mixed relay. They had at the first leg Iris Aurora Pecorari, then Fabiano Bettega ending up here with Luca Dalla Valle taking the bronze medal. They got the silver last year, taking the bronze today. This kind of relay really suits Italy. Big congratulations to those 3 medal team. And there we have Jiri Radil coming in for Czechia 2 at 4th place. But as we have said earlier, it's only one team of each nation that will count in the end. So they are arriving 4th in the finish, but not coming up there in the end. And I think we had Ignas Ambrasas, Lithuania 1, coming quite soon. They will be arriving 4th today also. He was 2nd yesterday, Ignas Ambrasas, but they were 4th in Lithuania home ground European Championship 2022. They were 4th in Portugal 2023, and they will be coming 4th in this sprint relay, mixed relay in Poland, Ostroda 2024. The medals will have to wait. New chance next year for Lithuania with a great team of Gabriele Andrusiniene, Jonas Maiselis, and Ignas Ambrasas. Here Fabiano Bettega, Wojtek Ludwig discussing the race. Here we have Ignas Ambrasas in under the finish line, knowing it's probably not enough for the medals. Had a good race, he gave it his all. And there we have Andreas Waldman, Austria, actually catching some time on Ignas on this last loop. And coming in as number 5. So a great relay from Austria with Hannes Nilika, the future star, I would say, from Austria, having a great race on his 2nd leg. Jana Nilika rode the 1st leg, and ending up here with Andreas Waldman coming in on the 5th position. but I think Andreas Waldman is really happy with this championship. 1 silver, 1 4th place, and 1 5th place. That is a great result for the Austrian. Who is a control engineer at the Austrian Institute of Technology. So definitely a technician we have there, Andreas Waldman. So now he will go back home to Vienna and maybe start focusing on the next World Cup round, which will be held in Latvia 5th to 7th July. So we have the Finnish team. I'm not certain if it's, I think it was the, yes, second team coming into the finish. That means Teemu Kaksonen entering here. Have passed Kari Kaskinen in the end of this race.
Evaluate your performance here because you used your gold medals last year in Czechia, the World Championships. This time 6th place, okay, not bad result, but still for you. How do you say, how you evaluate your performance?
So we are waiting for next coming teams.
At the end you want the gold, that's fine.
Could it be Sweden on the way? France should be on the way with Alberto. And here we have Camilla Sögaard entering the arena passage. The world champion, 4 times world champion, 4 times European champion, Camilla Sögaard, taking this last leg for Denmark. And here we take Czechia free, Jan Hašek into the finish as the 10th team. As I said, not the same in the nation's result list. That means he has passed some teams. Jan Hašek here on the last leg, showing the power his leg holds. Here we have Kaskinen there, and also I think Regimantas Kavaliauskas, Lithuania too. Ari Kaskinen, and it could be sounding like we are having arena passage also. Here we have the French guy, Armel Berthaud, coming into the finish. And we have one of the Czech teams going the arena passage. Could be the 4th team. So it should be Luci Nedemlelova. But I'm not really certain, since there also can be younger athletes out there going for the Junior European Championship relay. But France into the finish, Armel Berthaud. And reading out. So after this race, they don't need to focus again for tomorrow, since this is the last race of the European Championship and also this CX80 World Cup first round that has been held here in Ostrava. They will have to go home, and they're into the finish. One of the Swiss teams, I think it should be Adrian Djegui. Yes, Adrian Djegui coming in there for the Swiss teams. Number 1. Not having as good race as last year when they took the bronze. Being quite a bit longer down in the result list now. At least having really cool glasses, 𝐅𝐵𝐾𝐄. And here we see one more of the French team. That's the French team number 2, Pierre Martinez, coming into the finish there. So he had Laurent Mayers, Paul Debray, and Pierre Martinez in his team. Coming in there. So, as I said, Switzerland, bronze last year. Being a bit of disappointment today. Ursina Jäägi, Silas Hots, and Adrian Jäägi. There we see Lithuania 3 passing the arena control. That means Emilis Petkevičius is going out on his last 2 kilometers for the Lithuania 3rd team. But the winners today, Czechia 1, Martina Tiszowska, Wojtek Ludwig, Krzysztof Bogar taking the gold. The same gold they took 2022, but they were outside of the medal places last year. Just a few meters ahead of Finland 1, Ruska Saarela, Samuel Pökele, and Andre Haga. And then around 1 minute behind those 2 teams, Italy 1. They took the silver last year. They took the bronze today. That's Iris Aurora Pecorari, Fabiano Bettega, and Luca Dalla Valle. And I think the main thing you can see of those teams, they were always quite high up in the list, never falling behind more than 2 minutes. So even though some forking differed, still all the time felt that they were very much in the game. And for example, Lithuania losing way too much time on that first leg. And we see that's Florin Schneider and entering the finish line for Switzerland 2. As I said, Gabriele Androsiniene losing too much time on the first leg for Lithuania. Also, Jana Nilika doing a good race. Also her losing too much time in the end. Camilla Søgaard there coming into the finish for Denmark. And taking home the Nordic battle against Sweden, I hear someone saying. So, still, Denmark being the best out of those 2 teams, but of course the best Nordic team, Finland, second today and silver, just behind Czechia 1. But the Swedes will have something to try and prove next year, and there we saw one of the Czech teams coming into the finish. And Oskar Johansson, Sweden, entering under the finish line there. Means 18th position. And Spain also coming here to the finish. Yeah, I think that's the youth guys coming in together with the seniors now. Looked like the numbers were higher on that rider. And Lucia Meredova, could be her, not really certain. So getting some water and going to his teammates, discussing how the race has been. That's something you do. Either you come first or you come 20. That's always something you do. You go and talk about the race together, check at the map, have the route choice has been good or bad, or what could we have done possibly to do it even better. It starts directly, starts focusing on, even though it's not a race tomorrow, we have a World Cup round in July in Latvia, and then we have the World Championship in September. So it's always this part of trying to get better Can I get some seconds better? Trying to look at everything I've done and realizing perhaps I did this route choice that was slower. Why did I take that slower route choice? Maybe I did not have the foresight out in the terrain and stressed and just took one of those possible route choices. So that's how you learn as an athlete, and also of course being able to go on these different terrains. Now we have been in Poland, we will go to Latvia, and we were in Portugal last year, Czech Republic. So that's a lot of time to learn on different venues. So there we have Bartosz Nibelski from Poland won into the finish as a team number. I'm not exactly certain on the placement there, around 16th position. And Portugal also coming in to the finish with João Ferreira. So Poland, Portugal standing beside each other in the start and entering the finish at almost the same time.
Champion from yesterday, she will go on the last leg. For the mixed relay, it's France completing 6th, Switzerland is 7th, Denmark once again 8th place.
We're not really certain which teams we are waiting for. Estonia still out there. Sander Pritzik, Lelou Pai for France 3, Andrei Sarksna, Latvia 1. And we're also waiting for some more teams. Austria 2, Lithuania 3, Poland 2. Not really certain in which order they are arriving towards the finish. Look like Germany might be coming quite soon also. Losing some places here. Lennart Voss on the last leg. Also Sander Pritzik not having the best last leg for Estonia 1.
So for Czechia, Lukáš Touma was fourth place in middle distance. He was on the first leg, carrying a half-minute advantage to the Spanish team. And Spanish team, Juan Montes, yes, strongest car for the Spanish team in the first leg. Bronze medalist in long distance.
But what a week we have had in Ostroda, Poland. This northeast part of Poland called the Green Lungs. The weather has been great and there has really been fast mountain bike orienteering for the athletes, demanding in that way, definitely. Here we see some of the juniors, French team coming in to the changeover. So a lot of bikers, some seniors, but mostly juniors entering here to the finish now.
Team Latvia finishing in a mixed relay 11 years ago. Adele Balanas, Matish Linde, Anders Tarsnia. Czechia, Spain, Finland, Lithuania,
So looking a bit at the juniors result list, after one leg they started behind these senior athletes. Czechia 1 is in the lead, also in the women 20, Teresa Hadlechova, 3:49 ahead of Enola Bardin from France, and then 7 minutes down to Signe Feil from Sweden. So big difference is also in that class. And in the men 20, Jocelyn Larouet from France ahead of Tatu Altonen and Simo Clementinen. Yes, you will get to see later official results on eventer.orienteering.sport, since we have had some difficulties with the result list. And I would like to thank you for being with us this European Championship week and also the first round of the CX80 World Cup 2024. I hope you have enjoyed this full of speed sport that is mountain bike orienteering. Ostroda, Poland. We leave the venue here now and start looking forward for the next VC round in Latvia, 5th to 7th July. The IOF TV crew and me, Linus Rapp, wish you a great afternoon, and follow IOF at social media to see more info about coming mountain bike orienteering competitions. Thank you and bye.